Hello guys, and welcome here to the Lyft National Series. This is race number, hold on, oh my gosh, but it is from Mid-Ohio today. I won't remember the race number, but it is from Mid-Ohio today, and it's race number 22 on the schedule. This is the BNL Transport 170. I'm Brian James here in the booth with you today. Starting on the pole will be DJ Brady in that number 10, and to his outside is his colleague racing teammate, that is Dylan Young. Of course, we only have a few races remaining until the playoffs. We have exactly 5 if you're counting, and after today we'll only have 4. Of course, it's a very long month for the Lyft National Series. We had a race at Twin Ring Motegi out in Japan on Wednesday. It was very short travel time between now and Mid-Ohio. Then of course 2 days from now they'll be racing at the Nashville Super Speedway. So very exhausting week or so here. But they will get a weekend off coming up, so that's nothing to forget or nothing to be concerned about. But anyway, let's take a look at your playoff scenario on your screen right now. Of course, you notice there's no yellow. There's no guys that don't have wins that are not in. Jean Sanford is tied for 25th, but because of the win, she would get the 25th position in the points. So what she does today and what these guys behind her do can really shape or change up the playoff picture. Of course, if Jean Sanford falls out and someone like Dustin Davis, Nick Smith, any of these guys with wins that are secured in the top 25 get in, and Jean Sanford falls out, that opens up a position for someone with points to crawl in. Now, on the other hand, if someone else wins that's inside the top 25, it could bump Jean Sanford out. And that means that she would have to battle back in. So, of course, just a lot happening. And this is why I say 5 playoff points will not do the job to get you into the playoffs. So, of course, these guys kind of learning the hard way, in a sense. And with only 4 races to go, things are going to heat up. And we're going to get to watch that happen here on our second road course of the schedule. Of course, we have one more at the Indianapolis road course later this month. But anyway, we'll be right back in just a moment with your starting lineup. But let's roll the intro real quick. You are watching the Gaming Collaboration Network, home of the Jello Cup Series.
Another photo finish, and I believe this time the 43 Tim Randolph will win at Daytona.
The Lyft National Series. Here we go. They make their way through turn 3 and 4. The pace car will peel off. And for the first time ever, the Lyft National Series is green here at Daytona. The Hitachi Truck Series. And here we go. The pace truck is gonna peel off. And for the first time ever in GCN history, we have a truck series, and we are underway under the lights here at Daytona in Tuesday night heat. For us. Your GCN presentation starts right now. Here we go, the starting lineup. It'll be on the left-hand side of your screen. As we get ready to get going, the car's going through the S's. Again, a lot at stake. This is, in a sense, a wild card race because there aren't many road courses on the schedule. So what impact can these guys make? Another thing to keep in mind, again, there are only 4 races remaining after today until the playoffs kick off. So something else these guys will want to keep in mind as we get rolling here. Again, so those races, again, we're running Tuesday night at Nashville. That'll be at 7:30. Then, of course, we run a week later at Lucas Oil Raceway, and that'll be a 7 p.m. Eastern start. Then we run at Indy, the road course, and then we run Rockingham. As the green flag flies, we're underway at Mid-Ohio. Much like many of these road courses, passing early could make a difference later in the race. As you see him spreading out back there. Dylan Young looks to have secured the 2nd spot. Here comes Dan Hummel, that's for 3rd. And he'll take it away from Gene Sanford. And Gene Sanford could be a favorite in a few races. Of course, Nashville, a track that she won last season on the Cup side. So keep an eye on that. But DJ Brady, Dylan Young, they're leading. And of course, these top 3 are guys that are battling to get in. They need a win to get in. But 5 points might not necessarily do it. Here we go, we're going to come back to the stripe here. DJ Brady will lead the opening lap. And you wonder if he's taking some of this to heart. He knows that, again, he's not in, but he was one of the 4 that were closest to get in. And again, we go to Nashville Tuesday, and then the following Tuesday we go to Lucas Oil, and then that Saturday we go to the Indianapolis Road Course. And of course the field will be split in half. We will have one race, or we might have already had it, I can't remember, but we do have some one race contract drivers that will take part in the Lyft National race at Indy, and then of course we go to Rockingham to end the regular season. That's another battle that's going to be heating up. Of course, that battle is between the 54, Daniel Gitterow, who's currently in 33rd. Not a good day going for that 54 team, but a lot can happen on a road course. And then the other driver that's in that battle is that number 48 of Austin Shaw. He's up in 19th. Of course, I believe it was 18 points, the gap entering this race. And you know Austin Shaw trying to make the most of it. He does have 6 playoff points to his name. He has yet to make a playoff appearance in any of these GCN series. So you know he is really pushing it. He wants to show why he's the road course ringer, or why he's our road course analyst. And of course the reason he's not here is due to COVID restrictions. So of course once COVID numbers go down, hopefully we'll have him back here in the booth with us. It's just right now I'm not taking any chances with COVID. If you've seen our podcast on SCN, I'm isolated from Jason, our co-host there. And of course we just have strong enough internet connection to be able to do that, so that's kind of why we do that. But DJ Brady, he's slowly inching away from Dylan Young. Keep in mind, Dylan Young, another guy trying to make the playoffs. He's a guy also on the Cup side who is on the cusp of making the playoffs. He needs to make something happen. Of course, Nashville and Canadian Tire are the next two races on the Cup schedule, as Dylan Young now 1.2 back. But again, keep an eye out because we will have some pit stops. But I'll tell you though, DJ Brady, he took this race to heart. I'm sure. I think he took what we said in pre-race to heart. He knows again, he needs a win. He's the fourth highest non-winner in the point standings. He doesn't even have a playoff point to his name. But if he can get 6, he bumps Gene Sanford out of the playoff picture. And of course that would mean these guys, you know, Gene Sanford, Alexander Rowe, Michael Collins, the guys with 5 points, they need to make something happen, and they know it. Of course, Alexander Rowe, he's currently dead last, and I believe he might have just pitted, actually, so we'll see how he cycles around. Then, of course, you got Michael Collins, who was your Road America winner. He's running in 8th. And oh boy, that gap has closed. Here is Dylan Young trying to make a move on his teammate. It's down to 4/10. We'll see. Of course, pit stops likely to come very soon. And this could shake up the field. But right now it's been all DJ Brady, and he could take a very valuable playoff point away from some of these guys. And here they come to pit road. Gene Sanford will take over the race lead. And boy, does she need to lead this race right now. She's going to have to turn some of her fastest laps, or at least hope to turn some quick laps to gain that race lead away. But that bonus point will help her likely. Of course, keep in mind this track, of course, hosts not just the NASCAR Xfinity Series. They host IMSA racing. They also host IndyCar racing. And of course, I was actually supposed to go to the IndyCar race in 2020. But due to COVID restrictions in New York State, I was unable to go. I will be going this year regardless of restrictions, so I'm looking forward to actually getting to see this track in person. As here comes Casey Horton in that 22, trying to make their presence known in the 22. Of course, 2 wins this season. As you see the rest of the guys peel off here. Yeah, no one else is going to be daring and stay out an extra lap. This is a 2.2 mile road course. Not something you want to gamble with. Oh, contact. The 26, Carter Joey, picks up some damage on the pit lane. And how aggressive will Jean Sanford be on her pit stop? Here she goes. 4 tires. She's out and away. Where's that 10? He's just starting to come into the picture. I don't think he's going to get up to speed in time, so Jean Sanford is now the race leader. Talk about battling against adversity here. Jean Sanford entered this race 25th in the points, tied for it. Technically 26th, but with our tiebreaker, she'd be in the playoffs. She knows just how much this matters. She knows just how much this would mean to her team to lock themselves into the playoffs. But here comes the 22, and the other thing that's, well, actually, correction, the 10 does have fresher tires. So we don't have to worry about that. But here comes the 10. He's looking for second. They're going to battle side by side. It looks like the 10 has the advantage on the straights, but in the turn, Casey Horton will take the position back, and now Dylan Young will look inside for that third position. You gotta imagine DJ Brady, he's sitting there thinking, I might have just thrown this one away. But could we have a final cycle of stops? Because that could change up everything. Don't necessarily take the 10 out of this picture. Of course, keep in mind, Jean Sanford, she has to lead the rest of the way to get that playoff point, and that could very well move her. With the win, it would move her into a tie for the 3rd seed. Actually, the 4th seed. It would move her from the last seed to the 4th seed. If you really want to know how much these playoff points mean. But of course, for her, it's going to be all about consistency going forward. She cannot have... she cannot have bad races that drop her outside of this top 25, because it opens up a new window of opportunity for guys, of course, like DJ Brady, who's going to get a lot of points out of today. And of course, it opens up opportunities for guys like Tyler Faden, even though he's still, I believe, in the regular season championship battle, so he could also move that cut line. Let's check in on the points leader once again. He's made up a few positions. Daniel Gittero up to 31st. Austin Shaw has fallen back. He's down to 25th, so maybe not a changing of the guard here today with regards to the points lead. Casey Horton's trying everything he can to close up that gap with 3 to go. Gene Sanford is running away with this. And again, keep in mind the win means so much to the 7 team with regards to the playoffs. But here comes that 22. He's slowly closing up. Keep in mind, for the 22, Casey Horton, this could be win number 3 and really put them in a good position. 2 laps to go. The gap remains the same, but Casey Horton's really going to have to put the pressure on the veteran. Of course, Gene Sanford has run a couple seasons in Cup. This is everybody's first season in Lyft, but Gene Sanford, of course, with the bigger resume, Casey Horton's going to have to put a lot of pressure and try to force Gene Sanford into a mistake. Through the S's, you see the 7 gains a little bit, but the 22 gained it in the first part of the track. Of course, now they touch grass. How much does that hurt? It doesn't look like a whole lot. But up the hill, and it looks like Casey Horton closes a little bit. He's right there. The white flag is going to wave 1 lap of racing go, presented by Mitchell's Memes. And we do have pit stops, DJ Brady, Dylan Young, and others coming to the pit lane. So this really ruins some good days. Dave James is going to come out with a great points day if he makes it on fuel. But the battle up front, it's close. Casey Horton only lost a little bit that last time by. If Casey Horton has the time, he's going to have to use the bumper to make something happen. And I just don't think Casey Horton's going to get there unless there's a major slip up from that 7 of Gene Sanford. Up the hill they go for the final time. And through the final corners, Gene Sanford, what would you do for a Klondike bar? How's about what would you do to make the playoffs? How's about a win in Mid-Ohio? Congratulations to Gene Sanford. Casey Horton came close, but Gene Sanford back against the wall entering this race. There should be no dispute now. If she stays top 25, she'll be in the playoffs. Congratulations to Gene Sanford. We want to thank you guys for watching. We're going to show you results and standings, and we will be back here in just a couple days when the Lyft National Series takes on the Nashville Super Speedway. Until then, bye everyone.